My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about A Clean, Well Lighted Place, written by Ernest Hemingway. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this work, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and/or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. So, basically, what happens within this work, you have these two waiters. It's a cafe. The cafe is in Spain, and these two waiters. It's late at night, and there's a young waiter and there's an old waiter, and there's an old man within this cafe that he doesn't want to go home. He just keeps on drinking and drinking. And we learn within the short story that he tried to hang himself, but this old man, his niece cut him down because she was concerned for his soul. She didn't want him to go to hell because once you kill yourself, you know, Christians believe that once you kill yourself, you commit suicide, you automatically go to hell. So that's a Christian belief right there. And we get all of this within the short story. And the waiters are discussing this. The young waiter, he wants to get home to his wife. The old waiter, he doesn't want to go home. He's like, I don't have a wife. I just have this job. The young waiter's like, I just want to stop working and go home to my wife. Be with my wife. I want to go to sleep next to my wife. He's young. He has a wife. He has a family. The old waiter, he's like, well, I don't have anybody to go home to, so I don't mind staying in a clean, well-lighted place like this old man. Right? So the old waiter kind of understands the old man, and the young man, he doesn't understand the old man. He doesn't understand the old waiter because he has youth. He's young. He has a wife and he has a job. The old waiter, he just has the job. He doesn't have a wife. He says he used to have a wife, so there could be some sadness there. Maybe his wife died from some disease or some horrible event, but for some reason he's alive and his wife isn't. So the wife died in some reason. The old man, we know that his life, from what, well, the news doesn't tell us this. We just, for some reason, the two waiters just know this old man very well to the point where they know that he tried to commit suicide, a week ago. So it's very interesting. So I think the old waiter understands the old man because they both have lived long enough to experience happiness, joy, trauma, the darker things of life. The young waiter, he's young. He's making money. He has a wife at home. She's probably young as well, and they're both young. And he has a beautiful wife probably, and he wants to get home and enjoy his life. And the old waiter, he's like, I have nobody to go home to. My wife is gone, and I'm just going home to nothingness. And so the young man has no patience. I mean, he's really nasty. He even tells the old man that he should have killed himself last week. He should have committed suicide, the young waiter says to the old man. And the old man doesn't really say anything because the old man is deaf. So, the young waiter could say whatever he wants to the old man because he's deaf and he can't hear. So the old man just keeps asking for more drinks, more drinks, more drinks. He doesn't want to leave, and he gets drunk so much because he's a regular at this cafe. He gets drunk so often that sometimes he even forgets to pay his bill. So the young man, eventually he kicks the old man out of the cafe. They close up, and the young man runs. He runs out. He runs, to his wife. He runs home to his wife. The old waiter, he closes up the cafe, and he actually goes to a bar, and he orders a drink, and he's like thinking about his life and thinking about why the old man likes the cafe, and it's all because it's a well lighted, clean, and well lighted place, no music, and it's just, a place where you can sit down and drink and I guess be in your head and, you know, think about life and maybe get away. Because sometimes if you live alone, if you're by yourself, the monotony, the loneliness of being alone 24/7 and having nobody to see, to look at, to talk to, I guess that loneliness, that icy coldness of life does get to you sometimes. But the old man and the old waiter, they kind of understand that. They kind of understand the well, life is, especially when you've lived longer than 50 years, you kind of get a different side of life, a side where you've probably lost people. People have died, family members have died, friends have died, people that you have been close to have died. You've won, you've lost, you've cried, you've mourned, you've done everything in between. The longer you live, the more you win and lose. That's why people who make it to their 70s and 80s, they're happy to have lived that long. But at the same time, you're gonna see some very good things and some very bad things, because when you live to be 80, 90 years old, you'll probably live to see a lot of your family members die, and a lot of your friends die, and a lot of people that you grew up with die one by one. The longer you live, the more you see all the sides of life, not just the good parts. And so that's why I think some older people, after a while, they do have to sometimes find just the simplicities of life, the little things in life that can make them happy, and a clean, well-lighted place might just be it. That's why the old man likes to stay in the cafe and drink as much as he can, because that's where he can find a little sense of happiness, instead of staying in his house by himself and drinking by himself there. I mean, he's already thinking about suicide, so who knows what's going on in his mind when he's alone. So, there's different perspectives in terms of deeper meaning and analysis. There's different perspectives here. Different things are happening within all these three characters. They're seeing things in different ways. The old waiter, the young waiter, the old man. They all see things in different ways. The young waiter, he's impatient. He's all about himself. He just wants to get home to his wife. He just sees the youth and the things of life. As a young man would. And the old waiter sees the things of life as an old man would, because he's lost a wife, he's lived a long life, and he knows the ups and downs of life, and he can understand the appreciation that one might have for a clean, well-lighted place. Well, that's all I had to say. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.